Crim here with another episode of Baldur's Gate. I went ahead and went around and looted some of the bodies. There's still some stuff I need to loot in the camp. I will clear this out before I leave Act 1, I'll say that much. The bodies eventually disappear, so I had to get those taken care of. One of the things I found was this. I found this on the goblin that was right next to the goblin camp waystone thing. He actually had a speak with dead option that I didn't do, but I kind of know what it is. It's basically telling me that this ring is his, like, prized possession. And it gives plus 3 movement. I went ahead and also put this on me, so I'm like super fast at the start of combat, because I'm tired of being slow. And for Shadow Hearts, I went ahead and gave her the Ring of the Shapeshifter and the Mask thing, so that she can actually, you know, do extra combat stuff, get extra chance to hit with her attacks, because she has multi-attack. And I found out that the Mark of the Shapeshifter actually is not even tied to keeping the ring on. You can actually pass the ring around and like have everyone shapeshifted to get the Mark of the Shapeshifter ring effect at all times, which is really nice. So long as you're like disguised, you can have that. There's also a few bugs with the actual disguises. You can't actually disguise as everything. Like, I kept on trying to make her turn into a tiefling, and it refused. So it's a little weird. One last thing I will mention, they did have a massive update to the game, and it was mostly for Mac support, but they also added this mirror that was in camp that allows you to change the look of your character. It doesn't work on hirelings, and it doesn't work on origin characters. So as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't even exist. And I have tried it with disguises, because some of the disguises are really ugly. I'll just outright say it, they look hideous. And it would be nice to actually be able to customize the disguises that we have, but we can't. That's about it. We just can't. So that's annoying.
I'd love to, thanks.
Anyway, let's go ahead and break this and come in this way. Oh, it's sturdy. Can't break it with that, huh? Okay. Why? He's still around.
Need something?
It's acting like he doesn't exist anymore. Oh, maybe that's one of the things they changed. Yeah, that's one of the things they also changed. Where now you, like, take everything from everyone whenever you kick them out of the party. Which I don't agree with. I don't like having to take all this stuff off of him, just because I asked him to leave. Weird. I guess they're just the important items.
Got a little time?
I hope we can turn that off.
Well met.
Yeah, I'd like you to join me.
That's the...
Because realistically, it doesn't matter that it's on him, you know? Alright, go ahead and leave camp. And I am going to be speeding through some of the combat here, because last episode, we were doing combat for a long time. A very, very long time. And it's not my intention to have these episodes just be combat. I need to get on with it. Otherwise, we're going to be in Act 1 forever. So I'll probably just like do a kill cam thing for a few of the major things. The start of the combat, the end of combat, that sort of thing.
Phew.
Okay, through the Underdark. Weird. So we can also read this. I picked this up off of the Goblin, and this is just talking about the... it's just talking about the Knight's song or whatever. I'm going to take this and pick this up and send to camp, because I am a hoarder when it comes to chests. Imagine having someone in your party that's just takes chests, you know, that's all they do.
Of the gate.
Okay, so toggle group mode. There is a ladder right here, so they can get up to us, so this isn't super cheese, but we're going to go ahead and start combat.
Toning things down.
So one thing we can do, we can actually start dropping things on their head. I'm just going to go for... where is it? Oh, that's Spike the Torturer. Where is it? Look out. Where's the healer? I know there's a healer down here. Well, there's the Warlock. The Warlock would probably be the more important thing to hit. And you get a second attack on him. And that's the end of the Warlock. Now you can mech up.
No time to waste.
And get them all involved. And we just end turn. Yeah, the Warlock is kind of annoying because he can do like the Eldritch Blast and all that stuff back at me. And the Armor of Agapus. And he can also Hex, so might as well just take care of that as soon as possible. Now, obviously, if the combat's short, I won't bother with the whole cut thing.
I'm fury. I am
But if it drags on like last time, I'm not doing that. Alright, so that seems to be most of the goblins. There's also a smoke powder barrel that I completely overlooked. Sometimes the traders would be in here too, hiding, but they're not here this time. Maybe that was like an early access thing. We're gonna go ahead and send this to camp. And there should also be some more goblins over there, but they didn't want to join the fight for some reason. So I don't know if they're hostile or not. Gonna go ahead and take this body with us, just cause I feel like it. And I still have to come back here and loot literally everything at some point. That's gonna be several hours, like just going back, backtracking, and finding all the missing loot. The bodies are the most important thing though, considering they like despawn after a while, so it's best to get those if I want them. I don't need them, but, you know, I'm thinking about like skeletons later, because goblin bodies are really light, and I think I can make them into skeletons, because they're dead bodies. Oh, we can go ahead and level up, actually, now that I think about it. So let's go ahead and level up. See what we can do. I think I'm going to start going into Rogue on Karlach. I feel like that's the best thing, if it will ever load. Alright, so we could go level 5 Barbarian, which would give me, what is that, fast movement? Yeah, so I could do that. Extra attack is also nice. Oh, it's really tempting. It's really tempting to get the extra attack. But I did say I was going to go Rogue, so we're going to start going into Rogue, and we just want the 3 levels of Rogue so that we can get Thievery. Or I say Thief. Eventually we'll pick up the last level just so that we can have the feat. But I want to go ahead and... Oh, so we get this too. I want to go ahead and go for Rogue just for the bonus action, dash and dodge and all that stuff. Because a lot of times I end up not even using my bonus action. It probably would be smarter to go for the extra level in Barbarian so I could get extra attack. Probably would be. Alright, and for you, what are you getting? I think I'm gonna go all into Monk for you, and like the last 4 levels I might go into Druid or something, just for lore reasons. Cloak of Shadows is really good for you. Like, super good. I can't really get it to work all the time because the hole has to be obstructed by shadows, and you have to be, like, perfectly obstructed. If you have any amount of light, it destroys this, so this is a useful thing because you can use it at any point. It's like invis whenever you want it. It's just extremely situational. And does it go away whenever you move? Yeah, so no, it's pretty good. It's basically perma-invis, and you also now finally get access to Stunning Strike. Next level, you should actually get access to the teleports, I think, so that's gonna be nice. The teleport on the Shadow Monk is broken, like super broken, so. Is that Spiritual Weapon? Yeah, Spiritual Weapon. Fantastic. So, we're just gonna keep going with this. I should actually, like, reallocate her stats at some point. Okay, I forgot I didn't give armor to Will. Yeah, that's great. So Will's just standing around naked. Anyway, Will, you gain a spell. You will get something that does AoE, because that's one thing that I'm lacking massively. Oh, counter spell's nice. But we finally have access to the big AoE spell, Fireball. And you are not an evocation mage, so unfortunately this will not work the way I want it to. I could go into Warlock, or not Warlock, I could go into Wizard. What was that, 1 or 2 levels? I think it's 2 levels to get the actual, like, skill tree for Wizards. Keep wanting to say that. Just so I can go Evocation Mage, Evocation, so that you don't do your stuff on everyone. However, I think you had, what, Hunger of Hadar is an AoE thing. Yeah, Hunger of Hadar right there. That's a really good one, because it blinds and it causes them to have issues, and this is something that I was using all the way to the end of the game, just because of how good it was. So, we're gonna go for that. Oh, pending choices. So, you can cast Slow, that's decent. Bestow Curse, Eldritch Blast, add your Charisma. Yeah, that's a really good one. That's a really good one, considering his Charisma is really high. This one's decent, not the best. So, what else is good? The Mask of Many Faces is pretty much worthless in this, considering we have the ability to just swap that one mask around. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all we want to do, really. Very nice.
Hey, good looking.
Alright, so there's another thing we can do. We can release the spiders and talk to them if we want to, but I don't really see the points. They're like XP, so I could just go down there and fight them. So let's head up here, see what's going on. Is there anyone else that's hostile? What is this? Oh, so you're hostile, but these guys aren't.
Don't burn yourself.
That is so weird. I have no idea why these guys decided not to be hostile either.
Hot foot. Place is trapped.
Praise his ever-bleeding axe. Praise his throne of flaming iron. Praise Maglubiet.
You know Maglubiet, a tyrannical deity who treats his goblinoid followers as slaves.
Trying to interrupt my prayers? Scared of a real god? You're as goomless as the rest of them.
You can worship whoever you want, man.
Oh, that's rich. A free world? And how come I'm locked up like a bloody elf? I'll tell you why. 'Cause I'm loyal to Maglubiet. 'Cause I ain't having my head turned by some upstart god.
Okay. Branded. Reveria branded with a smile. I assume you mean the Absolute. Gods are fickle. Yeah, he doesn't give a damn about you, the Absolute. The other goblins seem to love her. So I assume you mean the Absolute.
Yeah. And I can see by that mark on your hand that you're part of her mob.
Yeah, I've never actually had that
Bollocks
interaction.
to your Absolute, and bollocks to you and all.
So that's interesting. I have never once had that interaction. So. Oh, now these guys are hostile. So if you come over here with Will, these guys actually have a story talking about how they want to, like, destroy Will. But they might have removed that with the change of Will's character. Anyway, let's go ahead and finish this off real quick. Yeah, Hunger Hadar is really fun. As you saw there, it takes care of so many of the AoE issues that I've had this entire time, and it makes Will one of the best characters. So let's go ahead and send these to camp. I guess Will can just take all. It doesn't matter, it's his inventory. Whenever he leaves, he will, like, just retain it or give it back to me. Oh, we could talk to the rats as well. I don't think they have anything to say.
A longing for small... There is a light here. In the tight...
Oh, do I have Speak with Animals on? I don't think I do. Speak with Animals is on now? So, you have anything to say now?
Feel the rat's impatience to wriggle between the cracks.
Okay, so nothing. Fantastic. Is there anything in here that I can take? Not really. I can release him from his binding. In fact, I probably will right now, just 'cause. He'll probably want to stay in the cage, though. Shadowheart should probably be the one to do it, to be honest. I don't really care if they go hostile for me doing this. Not that big of a deal. But yeah, she's got all this extra stuff, so it's kind of beneficial for her to be the one to do it. Wow. You know, with a natural one, it should just, like, explode on my face. For real. There we go. So that's disarmed. And you're over there doing weird stuff.
Unlock. How tempting.
Go ahead and open this.
Wanna dance?
Okay, and now we can talk to him. Shadowheart, you wanna get over here so I can talk to him?
What next?
Thanks very much.
You think this is funny? I'll be the one laughing when things turn ugly.
Yeah, fair enough. You can stay in there.
Ha! Look at where the Absolute's love gotten. Dead! Thanks for breaking me out. Gonna find me a new tribe. One that appreciates the old ways.
Yeah, best of luck to you. Yeah, that's nice. I've never actually done that before. Normally I free him and he doesn't want to leave.
Moving it.
So let's go ahead and hold it. Alright, so yeah, this will start combat with us. The spiders are not in combat, so that's fine. What I want to do is I want to get them in combat. by simply giving them some encouragement. Have fun with that. Oh, that one's done. Oh, no, he's still very much alive. Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and go through this combat real quick.
Let's march.
That one was easy. The smoke arrow was a little annoying on his part. Didn't really do much, though. Just slightly annoying. Okay, so Will,
Pride of the gate.
I want you to go ahead and loot everything. I don't have time to, like, dilly-dally on this.
Surprises.
So now that
I'd love
that's
to,
taken
thanks.
care of,
On
we
my
can
way.
come over here. We have some more that we need to take care of on this side. And then we have an ogre that we have to take care of. And then I guess we can take care of the spiders as well.
On my way.
Yeah, level 5 really makes the world of difference since you start getting access to, like, extra attacks on pretty much everyone, so... Combat's gonna be really easy now. Even though this is in tactical mode.
What should I do?
Yeah, the fire
Making
was a
me
little
sweat.
unfortunate. Liza, why did you jump up there? I mean, you're just gonna run back into the fire. The AI sometimes, I swear. Oh well, that takes care of those. And now we have to go take care of the ogre. That a lot of
There we
people
go.
probably don't even know about because the door was, like, kind of obstructed. I know, whenever I first came through this area, I had no idea about the ogre, so... It is a way to get to the Underdark, by the way. In case you're curious. Alright, so let's get going over here. And then after all this, I believe we're going to take care of... What is this? I have no idea what that is. Anyway, after all this, we're going to take care of the thing in the swamp. Basically, bring Asterion over there, like I'd mentioned. And talk to him. And I think we're wrapped up the episode there. It might seem a little short, but I actually have a lot of plans today. I'm going to be recording Celasta with a bunch of friends, and I'll be cutting those episodes up as I can. It's going to be like around 5 hours long, so it's going to be cut up pretty substantially, and that's going to take up a lot of time. So let's go ahead and open up this with you, though. Oh, cool. We already have the key, so that's really nice. The ogre fight's pretty easy, if I recall correctly.
Where to?
You've set foot in a restricted area. A swift exit may be in order.
Let's just attack them. They don't matter. Yeah, Will now is, like, overpowered. Super overpowered.
I'm ready.
Where you can just knock stuff around like that. Why not, right? And we're gonna want you to come to me.
Victory
They can be help.
awaits.
I don't think you have any range attacks, but whatever. Go for this on
Let
you.
my name be known.
Are you proficient with your crossbow? Is that why your, like, rate is really low? Yeah, it says you're proficient with it. It's just a really bad weapon to use on you. Yeah, come on over here. Make it easy on me so I don't have to run over to you. Use the last rage that I have. Of course, this is the last combat that we're going to be doing for a while, so we can rest after this. Ah, what a waste. What an absolute waste. Oh well, we attempted it. You do not count as a person, if I recall. Madness won't work, none of that will work, so let's just go for this on you. I don't know if I have to toggle this every time. I don't really see a difference, but whatever. See, he just knocks him like crazy. And we're gonna go ahead, since we have all the stuff we need, we're gonna go ahead and reduce your strength. Where is it? Strength, strength, strength. There it is. Because I'm figuring that an ogre or whatever is gonna be a strong person. You're an ogre, right? Yeah, you're an ogre. Yeah, look, 21 strength. Yeah, okay. Fantastic.
Got to press on.
I guess I could have gone Constitution, though, considering I can do Stunning Strike on you right now. Yeah, I should have done Constitution instead. Would have been the smarter thing. Oh well, not a big deal.
I will ascend.
Not that big of a deal. Magic weapon, no. Can I use someone else's? Okay, fine, let's do that then. There you go, you got magic weapon now. Go ahead and use this. And we can also do a thunder arrow. Not that that would do anything. We can try it at least. Yeah, nothing. Shadowheart, you weren't in that. It shouldn't have bothered you. I checked on purpose to see that it wouldn't hit you. Oh well, not a big deal. Alright, go ahead and hit her really hard. Or she just outright misses because of the strength disadvantage, I suppose. Yeah, I've got magic weapon, so that's pretty nice. I guess I could have done this, but I need a finesse weapon in my main hand to do that. So we might have to swap the spear out for something that's more finesse-oriented if we want to use that perk.
Fleet of foot.
It's not the most important thing in the world. So this has a 91% chance to hit. This also has a 91, so I don't think there's any difference. It's just overpowered no matter what, and because it has Hex on it, it's going to take extra damage from my projectiles, so that's really nice. And just go ahead and finish that off. Super easy. Super easy encounter. Yeah. I don't think it even had a chance. So we'll send that to camp. And we'll look around. There should be some stuff in here. Padlock key. Don't know what that's for. Oh, that might be if we get, like, locked up or something. Basic poisons. So that's a recipe book, which is nice. Eventually I'm gonna have to come through here and loot literally everything. Ooh, let's go ahead and read this. Hey, I got something for you. I got something for you, Shadowheart. There you go. Enjoy that. Oh, Misty Step on an actual trinket. That's useful. Considering I don't actually have any, like, necklaces.
Can't afford to stay idle.
Why don't you go ahead and read this? Do you have anything to say about that? No? Okay, fine.
Attention!
I was kind of hoping she would.
Hello.
Boy. So let's go over here. Now this, I think this area is trapped. I think.
Let's go!
This is how you get to the Underdark this way. I'm actually not going to go to the Underdark this way initially. I want to try and do the one with the gnolls.
Something over there.
Yeah, so I want to try and get the Thieves Guild or whatever, the Underdark Guild or whatever, to let me go into the Underdark their way. It's not the most, like, necessary way to go. I guess we could go this way, actually. Yeah, you know what? I talked myself into it. If we can pass the check here, later on, we will do this way. Now, there's a puzzle here that you can solve. It's a very interesting puzzle.
That moon journal mentioned this.
What's that?
Or we can just, you know, open the lever right here
What's next, I wonder?
and not have to worry about that at all. So let's go ahead and
What are
lockpick this.
you hiding?
Go ahead and add a bonus. So yeah, we could go through all of that stuff, or we can just open the door, and there we go.
It's good
Not
to
have
be
to do
alive.
a puzzle. This puzzle might actually give you, like, loot and experience. I don't know.
Marching.
As you saw there, it was kind of difficult to pass that check, because everyone was, like, failing it. So what was the actual DC? DC of 15, so it's not the highest one in the world,
What's cooking?
but it was still decently high. And this goes straight to the Underdark, so that's nice.
What is it?
We are not going to do that right now, though. Maybe in a few episodes, because I do have to take care of everything left on the surface. So what's left is the gnolls, any miscellaneous fights that are left,
Hey ho.
dealing with the guild, which is basically just going into the guild and talking to them, and buying an artist, because there's an artist that's in there. That's important for a quest
Soldier.
much later. And after that, I think that's about it. Pretty sure that's it, because all I have to do after that is just loot stuff all over the place. Because as you see, there's just lots and lots and lots of miscellaneous loot just everywhere. Try and take all that. Sure, why not? Free loot's free loot. I guess I should also do, like, merchant runs and such. but that's not that big of a deal either. I can do that off camera. Go ahead and open this. So this is actually a way to get into the spider area as well.
Nice.
It's not the most, like, optimal way, but you can get in from destroying the floor here. I don't know why you'd want to do it this way. So, let's go ahead
Enough waiting.
and destroy that. Come on, keep attacking. Why am I using you?
Sharp as ever.
Jeez. Well, you do it. There we go.
You shy?
So the reason it's not the most optimal is because you have to jump down here and you take damage. So, yeah, I would not recommend that unless you have, like, Misty Step as a ritual. So, we're gonna go ahead and leave. We will go to camp. Later, we'll come back and probably kill the spiders, I guess. And any other miscellaneous things that I might have missed. I think it's just the spiders, though. So let's go to the Blighted Village, and then we're gonna go to camp, and then we're going to pick up Asterion. I guess I could have gone to the swamp instead. My bad. So the goblins in the Blighted Village are pretty chill as well. Like, they don't really care about what's going on. So we're gonna leave them alone. I know I said, like, in a previous episode, no mercy to goblins, but that's just the ones that are, like, fanatical, I guess. Like, the ones that aren't really hurting anything, I don't really care. Alright, so go ahead and get rid of... I guess we can get rid of Will, because we're not going to be doing any more combat.
Well met.
He served his purpose.
Are you sure? And just...
Yeah, thanks for all the junk. I really do not like that change. Like, for real, that is one of the most annoying changes. Because it just gives me a bunch of stuff that I don't actually want. So let's open up this. Take this key. Give it to me. Give the item to me, please. Put it in there and then send this to camp. It's not that big of a deal, but it's like, why introduce that? I understand really why they did it. It's for the multiplayer aspect.
Well, hello. What can I do for you? Lead on.
So, like, all the changes that they made in this recent thing are basically
Careful,
focused on
I
the
might.
multiplayer stuff.
Let's prowl.
Stop sneaking. Keep on hitting C when I mean to open up their thing to level them up. I guess I could press over here, but I wasn't thinking at the time. And I think we're going to keep going Bard with you, unless there's something more interesting. So, what do you get? You get a Font of Inspiration, regain all... Okay. Regain all of your inspiration after a short or long rest. Why is there a difference? Like, a long rest would go ahead and restore them all anyway. It should just say after a short rest. Not that big of a deal, it's just weird. And Bardic Inspiration does a lot more, so that's nice. So I'd like you to have something that is also AoE oriented. Something that can really help us out in the fights. Bestow Curse is nice. Glyph of Warding is decent. Hypnotic Pattern can be useful, but it can also, like, really mess people up. Speak with Dead is a worthless spell. Like, why even introduce that into the game if you're gonna give us the way to just use it whenever we want to? I guess we could do Stink Cloud. Stink Cloud has the chance to prevent people from taking actions, so... It is a concentration, though, which is a little annoying, considering concentration spells are not that's, like, lacking. There are so many concentration spells in this game. Like, almost everything is a concentration spell. Maybe we'll go for this. This could actually be beneficial in some situations. If I'm trying to keep an NPC alive, I could use that on them, and they basically don't die.
Oh, I could go for a good meal.
There's one particular NPC that comes to mind, which is much later in the game, over in Act 3. So, let's go to the tea house. And if it doesn't end up working, we can always just respec him. I'm gonna have to start... Oh, these guys aren't hostile towards me right now. That's cool.
Soldier?
I guess because they don't know that I blew the hag up with bombs. My bad. We'll have to take care of them too. I completely forgot they existed.
Feed if you must, Astarion, but give me so much as a hungry look, and I'll drive a stake through your heart.
I do so very like spicy food.
Oh, well.
All right.
Well, I don't think you do, because you took a bite out of me and you started burning to death last time. Alright, hopefully this goes well.
Ah, stranger. Forgive the aroma.
You catch a waft of something foul, metallic, and sickly sweet.
Powdered iron vine. An old hunter's trick. Most monsters will think twice before making a meal of me.
You're a monster hunter. I'm surprised. I thought all Ger were vagrant cutthroats.
Say nothing? Actually, we're just gonna go for this.
A mystical and dangerous people. We travel the land, never settling in one place. We steal your chickens, curse your crops, seduce your daughters. Your friend here has heard it all, I'm sure. I wish I had half the power settled folk think my people possess. Alas, I am a simple wanderer. A simple wanderer and monster hunter. But I'm no witch doctor or cutthroat.
Alright, so what monster are you hunting?
Something terrifying, no doubt. Dragon? Cyclops? Kobold?
Nothing so dramatic. I'm hunting for a vampire spawn. His name is Astarion, but I fear he's gone to ground. I was hoping the hag of these lands could help me flush him out, but it seems she is no more.
Oh, it's interesting that you actually mentioned that. So, if you talk to him whenever the hag is here and you defeat the hag before you talk to him while you're in the same map, he still says that he's gonna go see the hag. So the fact that time passed in between me interacting with him changed that, so that's really nice. Okay, and when you find Astarion, well, you'll kill him. Or only a spawn. Pity. It'd be nice if it was a real vampire. That would actually probably give him negative rep because it's like insulting him. Time for you to go. Good luck on your quest. Yep. Well, he's right here. You can also just rat him out. Like if he's in your camp, you can just tell him where your camp is. And that's the end of Astarion.
Not this time. My orders are to capture him.
Oh. And bring him where exactly?
Baldur's Gate. My people wait for me there.
Alright, only a spawn. That's pity. Not a real vampire. So we're gonna go ahead and say this.
I don't know. I'm sure a vampire's spawn could still rip out your throat if he felt like it.
He is right, unfortunately. They are only weak when compared to their masters. During the day, we have the advantage, but at night, when they hunt, you'll not find a more deadly quarry.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure they can be creepy, or creep right up to you. Yeah, they can creep right up to you, yeah. What do you think? Yeah, that's just ratting them out. Yeah, thanks for the warning, we'll be careful.
We've all survived so far. Let's focus on that.
It would still be wise to post guards at night. The threat is real.
Indeed it is. We should do something about this threat.
Alright, kill him. Nah. We'll be careful. But, we should get going.
Wait, that's it? We're just walking away?
Yeah, I said we'll be careful, now let's go. Do whatever you want, fine, this is Astarion, the vampire spawn you're hunting. I'm kind of tempted to do that just because it will be funny. So, we're gonna click this, and then I'm gonna load back to this, and then redo this. That's one reason I saved in front of it. I wanted to see what happened.
What?
What?
It isn't possible.
You idiot! What have you done?
Relax, he's not taking you anywhere.
There? I'm afraid you're wrong.
I'm curious how strong you are. So you're level 5. Alright. Go for a stunning strike on you.
Seems simple enough.
Or miss every attack.
I've missed this.
Oh, we can go for this on you. And of course you go. And we can't get over there, so yeah, end turn.
Fuck yes.
You go ahead and do this.
Under their noses.
Victory awaits.
Sanctuary on you. Do I not get a reaction? Oh, okay, so because he did that, it... Yeah, okay, so we're gonna have to turn that off. They said that that was gonna be off by default from now on, Vicious Mockery. Because he did a Vicious Mockery automatically, it removed the Sanctuary that he had. That's really annoying. Yeah, I kinda wish we had Will with us. Bardic Inspiration on you. So I can get some temporary hit points.
I got this. Poor fucker.
Nothing else we can do there.
Time to strike.
And let's go for the hammer on you. I don't think you can go anywhere now. So let's go for a Sanctuary on you this time. And I'm gonna go ahead and change that. Because I actually don't like that. It should be asked by default. It shouldn't be something that just gets used automatically. So yeah, cutting words, asked by default. And also, attack of opportunity should also be asked. Don't do cutting words. Don't do cutting words. Do we not get Why do we not get the attacks of opportunity on that? That's weird. I'm sure I'm missing something very obvious, like whenever he hits us with that, that removes our ability to do reactions.
Eat it.
Bardic attack. Or we outright miss.
Talk to me.
Oh, you get another attack.
The dance macabre.
How much health do you have? Oh, you have 18. Well, it's time for you to take a nap. But first, Lae'zel.
Time to strike.
Lae'zel, go for the attack. And now you can go ahead and do it. Put him to sleep, and that'll be the end of the fight, I believe.
Victory awaits.
I'm just curious what he drops and all that stuff. I'm actually gonna go back to before that and not kill him. Or you survive with 1 health.
Let's have some carnage.
Go for the auto crit.
Speaking truthfully, I'm a little surprised you chose to shield a stone.
I'm sure our little leech will return the favor. Right?
Now, what do you have to give? That's a decent crossbow. So it's got, like, turn with dead on the actual crossbow. Huh, that's really useful. Like, no joke, that's actually kind of useful. So, we're gonna go ahead, take the Mask of Many Faces, give it to myself, put this on, and go ahead and disguise myself as anything. It doesn't really matter. See, that's what I mean at the start. Like, sometimes it doesn't want to transform you. I think it doesn't want you to be the same character. And if you've ever used the character on... Well, no, I take that back. I'm now literally the same character. Some of the disguises just don't work anymore. They used to all work, so... Hopefully this doesn't cause an issue, because I look just like her.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Alright, who are you? What's your business with Asarion?
Our children. He knows where they are.
Okay. Next line, please.
Wise woman. Questions.
Yeah, asking the hag.
Much. Nothing. You can spend.
Not very helpful, are you?
Gandrel. Hunter. Vampire.
Yeah, not very helpful.
Astarion.
The
that's
spell's
it.
power wanes.
The only
You
thing
can
we
ask
got was
no more
the children
questions.
part. Alright, and go ahead and remove this. Send that back to you. Put this back on so I keep my momentum.
faith will guide me.
You keep that on,
What's the
and
story?
I'm gonna go ahead and end the disguise on myself. So it's not like I have to swim here and talk to Astarion.
Yes?
You have anything to say?
Not anymore. Which is all that matters, really. I didn't do anything. I was kidnapped, just like you. It seems Cazador wants me back. Cazador Zar is a vampire lord in Baldur's Gate, the patriarch of his coven, and a monster obsessed with power. He turned me nearly 200 years ago. I became his spawn, and he became my tormentor. It was him, I'm sure. Only he would know to send the Gur after me. It was a group of Gur that attacked me that night in Baldur's Gate. I would have died had Cazador not appeared and saved me.
Okay, so it's like poetic. Alright. So why send one after you now, to remind you of that night?
Perhaps. He probably thought it was funny. But more likely, he's reminding me of his power. Even in the middle of nowhere, he can reach me. And he wants... Aha! Safe! You think I'm safe? Do you know the power a vampire lord possesses?
They die in
He
sunlight?
can change shape, turn into mist, call walls to do his bidding, shrug off blows like they're nothing. He could walk into our camp tonight and kill you with his bare hands.
But he can't,
And
though.
you'd be lucky if death was the worst thing that happened to you.
So one other thing I want to mention, with this update, they actually made Cazador a lot weaker. They nerfed him to the ground, essentially. He was already extremely weak to begin with, but now he's way, way, way weaker. Like, the strategy for Cazador, the easy fights, is to just cast Daylight. And now, he can't turn to mist in daylight, just like he shouldn't, so he's kind of SOL. So, that's really nice. Alright, what do you suggest?
First, we have to... I don't know. Well, if we kill his lackeys, he'll just send more. We just have to be vigilant, keep our wits about us, and kill any monster hunters on sight.
Okay. And we're gonna leave that. And we're gonna go ahead and load for the actual one, so give me 1 second. We're gonna go for this one now.
Fine, but if this comes back to bite us, it's on your head.
Go in peace, my friends. I pray our paths cross again.
It will.
They better bloody not.
It will, but not now. It'll be, like, much later in the game. Nothing else we can say to you. I think you're a traitor.
You tracked me down again, my friend. Would that I had as much luck with the beast I'm hunting.
Yeah, you're a traitor. I almost forgot about that. You don't really have much value, but you have these potions that I can take. So, and all of these. So just take all of that, and you have 1 piece of garlic, so that's nice. Here you go. Thanks for the stuff. Yep, may your road be kind as well. And we're gonna click through all of the Astarion stuff real quick.
Yes?
Oh, you didn't have anything to say about that. Okay.
I didn't... It seems Cazador want... He turned me nearly 200 years. It was a group of Gur that attacked me that night. But he's reminding me of his power. Maybe he thinks death is too good for me. Aha! Do you know that he can change shape? He could walk into our camp tonight and kill you with his bare hands. First, we have to... We just have to be vigilant, keep our wits about us, and kill any monster hunters on sight.
And we'll ask him about Raphael still now.
I won't lie. It's tempting. If I keep the tadpole, I risk transforming into a grotesque monster. If I lose the tadpole, Cazador has control of me, body and soul, and I return to the shadows. It's grim either way. So why not sell what's left of my soul to a devil? Better he has it than Cazador.
Unfortunately, it's a group decision. Yeah, I have other options, better options, or we have to find other options.
figuring out what's happening to us, confronting a god called the Absolute, and then finding time to kill my old master before he can control me once more?
Yep.
Yes, that's an option, but I wouldn't bet eternity on it.
Yeah, it's pretty possible, actually. Anyway, let's get going. And we're going to wrap up the episode here. So we did a lot of what I wanted to do in this episode. And next time, we'll take care of all the stuff that's in the swamp that's left. And we'll head up here, if we have time, to take care of all the gnolls. And from the gnolls, we can go over there and take care of the, thieves thing. There's not much left after that, actually. All that's left is to go around, find miscellaneous pieces of loot. And that's about it, honestly. Like, there's an interaction over here with the frog that we can get after we killed the hag, so that's nice. And the looting thing, that'll take multiple hours for me to do off camera. I'm not going to have you suffer through that. So after that, so about 2 episodes from now, we're going to go into the Underdark. I was tempted to do it from the Thieves thing, but I've decided, you know what, it's more interesting to go in from the Goblin camp. Because there's a particular fight in there that's right in your face right away, and it's a really interesting location where you get to. While the other place over here, that's literally the same location as over here, which makes no sense because of the distance. So if you go over here, you take an elevator down, and the elevator goes to a cache from them. And that cache is right next to this, the Blighted Village, whenever you'd, like, jump into the spider hole. I don't know how that makes sense, the distance traveled, when, like, the Underdark, it's about the same size as the Overworld map. So, I don't know. And the Hag one is actually, like, right next to this as well. I've never been able to do the Hag one because I believe you can only do the Hag one if the Hag is still alive. So yeah, we're going to wrap it up here. This is Crim signing out. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time.